Wanted to share my current setup for an all sky camera. I've got a ZWO, I think it's like a 120 MC, and then a monochrome version with I think the lens is like an f1.2 at like 2 millimeters or something. One of these things that allows you to see like 120, 180 degrees. And I just I really wanted to use that camera for other things, and I wanted a cheaper solution to an all sky camera that would allow me to see the uh, the sky and get a good understanding of meteor showers, planes, satellites, but really, of course, the weather. And I see everyone build their own out of like the ZWO cameras. There's a few different ones that you can buy. Of course, you can go out and spend $1,000 and get a pre-made one. And I've shared this on a couple different forums and Discord and Facebook and whatnot. These are Wise cameras. These are their version 4, I think. Pan and tilts, full color night vision, things like that. These cameras don't give you full control over all the settings of the camera like your ZWO camera will. But what it does give you is enough to turn off that full color at night and get a fairly fast resolution. I think it comes down to like an f1.4, so it's fairly fast. Now, of course, you don't get full control of the camera, so some of the things that it overrides on is more for resolution than speed. But and of course, it's a tiny, tiny, tiny sensor. Cell phone sensors look like giants compared to these things, but these things are like $25 to $45. You can get them all over Amazon. You can get them on what's that? Temu even has them fairly often. There's a Wise store on there. There's a Wise store on Facebook Classifieds and Twitter and things like that. But this is just a still image. I snapped it tonight. I was looking to see if it was worthy of setting up early. I was going to shoot some Saturn shots around midnight, 1 o'clock this morning, and popped over to one of the cameras that's always facing the sky. And this is what I seen is the cloud coverage coming in. I got a jet or a comm trail from a jet that had gone through there. You can see a satellite trail down here in the lower right corner coming across. Now this is a still. We'll jump over to a picture here, but this is actually a dual sensor camera. So as you see up here on the left, this picture in picture is my driveway in front of my garage. This is one camera. The top piece will swivel, all left, right, up, and down, and the bottom one is fixed. This is a This one here is actually a video that I captured, and you'll see you can see the satellite coming in on the top right there. But actually, we can speed that up a little bit, and you can see it. You can see that satellite trail coming in. Fast forwarding here, but I've got Gemini, which is Google's AI, watching these feeds and telling me when it sees something that doesn't look like a satellite trail or an airplane going across. And I've got a SIM card in the camera, plus I've got their cloud recording going. And this allows you to rewind and see. And of course, they've got AI on their side, but they don't have, Wise doesn't have any AI for meteors or comets or anything like that. But this is a Bortle 6 sky, and mind you, this is tonight. You can see the date there. And this is actually with a pretty bright moon off here to the right. You can kind of see the light pollution coming in on the right-hand side there. So it's doing pretty good. I mean, you can't see this with your naked eye. The cloud cover you really can't see with the naked eye. But it gives you what my ZWO camera, which is a popular one for those all-sky cameras, popular lens setup, everything. It gives me what I need out of that in good enough resolution. And of course, you can still do your security functions with it. It is still a PTZ camera. But I mean, its noise level is more than acceptable. So this is the second camera that comes off of it, so you can see what its view is. And I've got the IR lights turned off. You can see my garage door was open, so there's some light shining out on the driveway there. Yeah, there you can see the things moving around in the garage. So wanted to share, these are pretty good. They more than achieve what you're looking for. This one I'm looking kind of up to the left and moving around. Gemini had sent me an alert as I was filming the other one, and that's what it was. Is Gemini caught a car, didn't know what it was, because I told it was looking at the sky, and all of a sudden it seen that other camera feed. So these are pretty cheap. They're pretty good. They you get a little bit of light in there, like from these cars, and it done right with the regular security settings turned on. It'll give you very good color and high resolution and speed. But as you see here, I've got all this turned down so that it gives me much better sky activity. So I wanted to share that. Again, these are the Wise dual cam. They're high end. They're $70. On the low end, they're I think I got one for like $29 as a return on Amazon. Again, Wise gives a full warranty on them. But I took one of these out to Missouri with us and watched the meteor shower. That was pretty good because, as everyone knows, there wasn't a whole lot of activity in that, and we just let it sit for hours and looked at it in the morning. So wanted to share that. The one downside is that you can't get the camera feed directly in, just straight into your preferred all-sky camera software. But what I've got it doing is I just got Gemini watching it and doing some work on it, telling me when something's happening. If I ask Gemini, what does my cloud cover look like? Of course, Gemini jumps out to the local weather stations and tells me one thing, but then actually gives me a report on the reality of what my cameras see, which is what's most important because that's where your telescope is at. So the next step is to get it to pipe into my roof control so that it'll close the doors. And that's been tested with just prompts to Gemini through my observatory door controls are just Wi-Fi enabled garage door openers is all they are. And that's integrated with my Alexa and my Gemini. So it seems like it should work just fine. The only thing is what's the redundancy? What's the fail-safe? Obviously, if the AI locks up or the camera locks up or something like that, I want the roof to shut. But yeah, working through that, I think, with the reality of some of these off-the-shelf commoditized sensors, some basic service. I don't pay anything for the Wise service. It comes with the purchase of the camera. You can pay for the subscription, but that's up to you how you want to do that. And Gemini, I pay for it through part of one of my other larger subscriptions. And but I'm probably into it for an hour of my time, and I've got several of these Wise cameras, but this one specifically is what I'm using for my observatory. I probably have an hour of my time and less than $100 and stuff, and it works well. The next step is to take one of these cameras and put it on the roof, probably on top of one of my chimneys, and that way I get a much better, broader view. As you can see here, I've got some vegetation in the way. These are very tall trees. These are 100-foot trees. And but once I get it up on the roof, the idea was to put 2 to 4 of them back to back and let Gemini watch all 4 feet, and then that'll get me horizon to horizon in every direction. And I'll be into it at that point for probably somewhere around $100 to $150, plus the mount and my time, which obviously we do all this because it's fun. So wanted to share that. go out, play with some cheap security cameras, see what it does. If it gets you 80% of the way there for 1% of the cost, boy, I'd say try it. And as you can see here, this is a lot of cloud coverage, and it's still picking up, you know, probably dozens of stars that you can't see with your naked eye on the best night in a Bortle 5-6 sky. So it's doing pretty good looking through those clouds. I mean, it's good enough that right now there is no imaging going on tonight. I just hope it clears up here in the next 3 to 4 hours. Thanks.